Welcome back to another session of Roll It Out, everyone. My name is Ken Hearn. I'm going to be rolling it out with you today. Today we're going to be using the tennis ball or lacrosse ball and the foam roller. So if you have either, grab those now. I'll show you some alternatives to some of these as well. But any type of ball, really, I've said before, even if you have a golf ball, even if you have, I don't prefer the racket balls, but, you know, if that's what's around, that's fine as well. Today, we're going to do a little bit of focus on the arms, the forearms and the hands. That's going to be our focal point, and then we'll finish with a little glute back and quad just to get that upper body sense, if you will. So I've got the chair I'm sitting right now, but what I'm going to show you is how to use the chair or a table or a surface to kind of roll out the forearm, the top of the forearm. These are our flexor tendons here, right? They help us flex. And then our extensor tendons. A lot of things happening here. We get those after a long day of work, or if we're doing a lot of hand work, whether it's a mouse, keyboard, or just using the hands a lot, we get a lot of stiffness in the hands, a little tightness in here. So what we're going to try to do is show you how to release some of that on a daily basis. And we're going to use the balls for this. We can also use the foam roller. I'll show you that adjustment as well. So what we want to do here, and if you guys have a table or anything low table, even a step like that, you can use that as well. I'm just going to use the chair because I can get a little closer. What we want to do first, the first thing we're going to do is just take either ball, all right, tennis ball or the lacrosse or whatever ball you have, and I just want to do a couple squeezes here. So we're going to open, close, close. Now what I want to do is I want to grab that ball with the thumb right here, and all we want to do is do some finger touches. So we're just moving all the flexor tendons real quick, all right? And if you need to, you can hold on to it with the other finger. But all I'm looking for is one touch at a time, even the thumb. Good. All we're trying to do is get everything going here so that then we can roll it out once it's in use and flexing. Good, just a couple there. One more time around. Touch them all. Now one big squeeze. Good. Roll the wrist forward. Roll the wrist back. Forward. Now back and forth. Excellent. Let's go ahead and roll that out now. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take, there's, you know, you can feel 2 points on your arm, right? Those two bones right there. That's going to put us at the bottom of our arm from there. So what we want to do is we want to place the ball. There's a little pocket right up here. There's a little bulge right up here. You've got the bone here, and then you roll around to that little pocket. That's where we're going to start. You actually, if you just take your finger, you can kind of feel that little tendon there, and sometimes a little sore, you feel it coming down here. You can take the finger there. So what we'll do is we'll take the ball here, and we're just going to take the ball and roll it across like this. I like to use a hard surface like this because it's just easier to control it, right? So now I'm just rolling that ball across, and I'm going to try to get it just a little closer. Imagine I'm on that surface, but all we're doing, rolling that ball right across. So we've got that, the edge of the elbow right here, another little point bone right there, come right up into here into this muscle belly. That's what we're trying to roll. And all we're doing is a small one right now, just up at the top of that. We're going to make our way down there, trust me. But I like to have it on that surface where I can put a little bit more pressure. And what I want you to do now is I want you to find the top where that tendon kind of is agitated, and this is where we're going to do the kneading. All right, so we press it down on the skin, and we move the skin underneath it, right? It's not the ball rolling over. We're pressing down, we're moving right over. You'll find that spot that's kind of tender, kind of sore. Good. Now, 3, 2, 1. Now let's go ahead and roll down. So now we're going to roll a little bit more now. Now we're traveling with the ball. Good. And the beauty of this one is we're actually rolling both sides, right? So if we actually do one of these, I'm rolling my hand on the top side. I'm rolling this flexor tendon on the top. Excellent. Good. All the way down. Good. Now let's just take the ball and we're just going to roll it over each finger. So we're just rolling it over the finger, just nice and easy. This one's not a hard one. We're not really trying to roll any fascia here. We're just trying to push that hydration through. Blood vessels run up through here. So just trying to keep that flow going. Okay, so shake that out. Let's go ahead and go underneath now. This one's a little easier to do without pressing on, because this one, I can just walk forward. So put it on that hard surface. Let's say this is a hard surface. I'm just rolling it forward. Good. And you're going to go on the flat, so your palm is down, but then I want you to turn your thumb up. You're going to roll on that portion as well. All right, that's going to be our ulna portion, right? That ulna side, the radius on the thumb side, ulna on the pinky side. We're rolling right through there, and don't be afraid to turn it back over to the palm. Good. And now what we're going to do is stick it, and just a little kneading, right? Hand sticks down, and you're just rolling right over. Find those tender spots. Go a little bit lower. Knead again. Feel like you're rolling over that band. Good. And let's go straight through again. Good. Forearms are tough. We get a lot of tenderness here, and it's good to manage these forearms. Now, if you only had the foam roller, you can see how I could do the same thing on a foam roller. Not going to be as effective. Same thing here. I can actually take the foam roller and roll it heavily on the top. Not as focused, not as effective, but the foam roller can be used here if we needed to. All right, perfect. Very good. And let's just stand up with the hand flat on the surface. We just want to lean forward so that we stretch out that flexor tendon, right? We're just doing this, stretching out that flexor tendon. We can do it like this too as well. I just like the focus of you have the ability to step forward on something lower than you. 3, 2, and 1. Now let's flip the hand, same thing. Good, and this time we're gonna lean it back a little bit, right? We're stretching out these flexor tendons. 3, 2, and 1. This is something you can do at your workstation if you have that ball with you. Just nice, easy rolls during the day. Keeps that flexor tendon loose. Let's go ahead and move to the other side. So again, right here, find that spot. Little small rolls first. Good. Actually, I almost forgot. Let's get these tendons moving first. Squeeze. So come back to here with the ball. Squeeze. Good. Let's do our touches. Good. You may have to hold it. That's fine. Touch. Touch. Good. Idea of this is just to get them all activated. You feel them in there. You can even sometimes see them working. Good. One more squeeze. Let's go up and down. Let's go side to side. Good. A little quicker when I'm not explaining as much, obviously. All right, let's go find that spot now. Again, we can be on the surface, or if you feel comfortable just putting it against your hand. If this is maybe already painful enough, you may feel the tenderness there. I have a little more tenderness in this one today, right in that belly. And don't be afraid to go over it this way and go across it, right? So we're gonna go back and forth and across the arm. Good. Rolling it over. Now we get to our kneading section, right? Now I'm gonna put it down, push that ball down. I'm gonna knead it out. Find that tender spot. Great job, knead it right out. Good. Now from here, let's go ahead and roll it all the way up and down. Find that muscle belly. Now, if it's really, really sore, you can go to a lighter roll, right? Or you can go to a lighter ball, like a tennis ball. If you're using a tennis ball, you don't feel it that much. You may need to go to a harder ball, like a lacrosse ball or a golf ball. Golf balls are actually really, really good on the forearms because they're a little smaller, a little easier to manipulate on the forearms. Good. We're going all the way down. Perfect. Let's go ahead and roll those fingers real quick. Roll them out. Good, just pushing that blood through. Just nice, easy rolls here. I'm not looking for anything heavy. Let's come back down. Just gonna do one more here. So when you get tender spots, like I have a little more tender, you can come back to this and just give it a little extra roll and then push it out a little bit more. Just pushing it forward, trying to get it moving. Excellent. Let's go ahead and get underneath now. Remember with this one, we're just rolling straight across. Don't be afraid to, I'll go straight on here. Don't be afraid to turn that thumb up, turn that palm down. Good. And it is better on a flat surface. Like I have a chair that has a little bit of a dip to it, so it makes it a little more difficult. That's why most of the time a desk is the best place. Good, rolling on that forearm. Good, and you can use the hand here too, if you need to, just like we've done before. Good, usually the top is tighter than the bottom, but sometimes we have the issue where we're using a little too much pinky side. Good, little rolls there, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Let's go ahead and get our stretches in, right? So we're pressing down or we're holding onto the hand, and we're just going to lean forward so we feel that stretch. Good, so we should feel that stretch coming through here and here. And you may feel it more if you give it one of these, and you can always go to the end of that table and do one of these and then lean forward. You'll feel it more go into the wrist that way. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and switch it. Get it back. So yeah, I feel that a lot in the flexor tendon coming up. You can't really see there, but I feel that coming through this pocket of flexor tendon here. Big annoyance right here. Carpal tunnel, definitely problem area. When we get carpal tunnel, that's basically what's happening. We're getting a lot of inflammation in these tendons, and it comes right into the hand. 3, 2, and 1. Let's roll that out. So hopefully forearms feel a little bit better. I know a lot of us have used in the past, the stress balls, things like that. But they're not just good for stress balls, they're good to keep the dexterity of the hands going. So not a bad thing to also do that, to hold on to that ball, kind of go back and forth, squeezing, I know we're using it enough, but this is different. Usually if we're using a mouse, we're just doing this and click, right? Click, 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 click. We're not actually gripping using the full mechanics of our forearms. So using all of it, getting it all going, that's the way to go. Remember with the forearms, 1, 2, can even be done 3 times a day. Just ease up on how much pressure we're doing. But the more consistent we are, I'm not going to say the more you roll during the day, but the more consistent you are every day, at least once, you'll start to see some results in those wrists and those forearms. Okay, let's go ahead and finish with this foam roller. If you have it, we're going to go right into the quads. All right, so we're going to be on forearms and quads. Remember, we lay right in front, forearms down. We're just going to get those quads going for the morning. Excellent. Kind of rotate to the side. Let's get that right quad only. If you're on the smaller foam roller, you can do one at a time. And let's do the left one if we haven't yet. You can stay just doing both if you want. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Little bit extension there. Very good. I'm going to go ahead and add in the psoas here. We got a little bit time. So remember, foam roller kicking out to the right shoulder. All right, I'll do this facing you guys just so you can see where position is. Foam roller coming right inside the thigh, kicking out to the right. I'm going to lay my right hip over it and just rolling back and forth. Trying to get that hip flexor rolled out. Psoas area. Good. Don't be afraid to just lay on it. Let your body drop right on it. A little bit uncomfortable, but it is productive. And then we just turn it. Same thing. Roll it. So we're attacking the 2 major desk-related tightnesses, if you will, or desk-related injuries. Forearms, hands, and then hips and glutes. Sitting too much, using too much of this. All right, so let's come up. Let's get those glutes next. So we're just going to come and sit up on the foam roller. First thing I want to do is just keep that leg straight as we roll. Good, just rolling right across. You can lean over a little bit, get the side of that glute or hip. So I'm going right up to the high part of the butt, low part of the back here. Good. And then what are we going to do with this hand, this foot? We're going to cross it, right? Just like this. If this is too difficult, straighten your leg and cross it. But the best way is to hold on at the ankle while this hand gives you balance. But if you need to, you can kind of put the hand here, or you can put both hands back. A little more difficult to roll that way. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and flip the side here. Good. Remember, legs straight first. Nothing better than a good relaxation after a good roll out, right? Kind of makes you feel a little loose. Sometimes it's not always relaxing. Sometimes it makes you feel ready to go too. Get that day going, or continue with that good day. Let's go ahead and cross it. Remember, rolling does more than just releasing the fascia. It is called myofascial release, but it's also increasing hydration to our tissues, getting that blood flow going, waking up some things. Never a bad thing to roll any time of the day. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Let's get down to my favorite here, which is going to be that mid to low back here. So we're going to put it at the mid back. We lay back on it. And what we're looking for here is we're going to basically bridge up. Hands go behind the head. As we bridge up, we walk our bodies down, and then we're going to roll to the upper or lower neck, if you will, upper back area. Good. Right straight across. I like to keep the elbows tight at first. Let's go ahead and open them up. It's a little different, right? Let's close them back up. Now what I want you to do is put a little bit of side turn. So you're rolling on one shoulder blade. Yeah, you're going to feel that one really well. If you want to, you can extend the hand out. Sometimes I'll move the hand with the roll, but sometimes just leaving it there, just as effective. Let's go ahead and roll the other side. Again, the hand can come out, or the hand can stay tight in. Find some tight areas there. Right under that shoulder blade, usually we're going to get that tight part of the lat, a little knot, or what we call a trigger point. Good. Let's go ahead and extend it. Lower neck, remember. Good. The whole idea of keeping the hands behind the neck is, one, to get the shoulder blades isolated here, but also just to support the neck. If we didn't, we'd be kind of laying it back. We want to make sure the neck is well supported here. Good. And let's go ahead and let the butt drop down. I'm going to show you guys one more for the lower back before we conclude today. So we're going to go foam roller between the legs. We're going to lay our butt down on the ground, our back. Same thing we just did. We're just going to slide the foam roller under this time. So we're going to bridge up just like we did before. We're going to take that foam roller, put it right in that lower back space here. Right? So now it's resting right on that lower back space. Now, if this is enough pressure, that's fine. You can just kind of bring those knees back and forth. You can even bring one up. If you feel like you want a little more pressure, you can bring the knees up. Same thing. Rolling the knees over. This is where the foam roller doesn't move. I'm doing little semicircles here. Good. And then you go back and forth on those semicircles. You can just let it sit on there too. You'll feel that pressure. You can bring the feet down, bring them back up. Couple different things you can do here, right? Because you're rolling the muscle over the foam roller instead of rolling the foam roller across the muscle. So we're just kneading a little bit more than we are rolling. Good. Low back's always a fun thing to roll out, but doesn't need as much attention because it's usually an inflamed spot for most of us. Let's go ahead and pull it tight. Good. Let that foam roller just kick out. Come on up from there. So We worked on a little bit of forearm today. Worked on a little bit of hand and forearm, getting those loosened up, and then we hit the hips, glutes, which is the hips and glutes, quads, and then even a low back, upper back. That should really straighten us, make us a little taller today, and make our hands just a little bit more effective. Join me next time. We'll do another total body roll next week, and we'll have fun doing it. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Glad you rolled it out with me.
Bye.
You're welcome. Thank you.